All right, so the markets have opened up here, and so we've got to turn our automatic trading to the on position, make sure everything is on here, because we want this to trade automatically for us. And it will enter, it will place the initial stop, the trailing stops, the targets, everything will come out automatically. All right, the only filter that I have is the traffic light filter. All right, I'm not using the trendometer here. So as long as the traffic light filter agrees, that will send the signal to execute the trade. And you can see the Dow just starting to print its opening range here. And after we watch the open here, we'll talk about, I do want to talk about the importance of the opening price and how that can be a great guide during the day for your trading. And basically why we want to trade a breakout system like this. So we'll see if anything sets up, and we'll come back when we get some executions. So far,
order pending.
It's been a fairly slow open here. Now you do have a short signal that just popped up here on the M2K. All right, but you can see the other markets kind of slow to open here. So it looks like it's probably going to be that kind of day. So you do have to take that into consideration. S&P still printing its range. Same with your NQ here, still printing its range. All right, so we'll see if anything else unfolds here, and we'll kind of monitor it from there. All right, guys, so this was a perfect example, I think. Look what on the Discord server, the alpha bias was showing us that these markets were all positive. When we were looking at the Russell, right? It was green. And when we looked at the short trade, we said, that would be one we could probably eliminate. And now the Russell has exited the short and has gone long. So that's a great case where using the alpha bias to get an overall view of the market to see, should I be taking long trades or should I be taking short trades, when everything is green? Well, it's probably a good filter to say maybe you should stick with the long side. Right, in just a bit, when we see how these markets, you see these markets are very slow this morning. That tells you something else. Probably not going to be a great trading day. And in fact, we've had a couple of slow days in the markets here. So this all comes from experience, but you can really shorten the learning curve. Like I said, get in the Discord server, pick the brain of a hedge fund trader. I mean, Tom is posting so much content in here that you can get a great education just coming through here. Some of the different categories here under technicals. All this stuff is just constantly updated, so you can see what he's seeing. Right? It's just some of the other content here. Again, we're keeping stats, so you can get the stats here as well. Obviously, the welcome and rules, getting started, any announcements that are coming up, all right, education, the asset classes that we're trading, futures choices, the economic news and fundamentals. Again, getting the perspective of a hedge fund trader and what they're seeing in the markets, how they're interpreting, this information. This is great stuff. So again, that all just helped us. This alpha bias information just helped us, potentially weed out a losing trade. Now I just let the system run because I wanted to see so you guys could see the execution, because that may be the only execution we get this morning. It doesn't look like anything is in a hurry to to get moving one way or the other here. But you can see, if you're looking at the mid cap, the Dow, S&P, your Russell, right, all positive there. Look at your NQ though. So your NQ, this is all turned red here. So that's diverging from the other markets. Now the NQ hasn't broken out one way or the other here, but it's something you want to pay attention to because it's going to have a bit of a drag if it continues on the weaker side on the rest of the markets. All right, so this might even turn out to be a bit of maybe a stay out day, or maybe you got to be very choosy about which market you choose to trade. Now you see the NQ has triggered short, and that does agree with the traffic light filter. And when we checked our alpha bias, we had noticed that the NQ had gone all red, or predominantly red. Right, so maybe that one's got a better shot of reaching that first target, getting yourself in a position where you're just trailing with one. Again, nothing happened in the ES. ES is kind of sitting right at where it opened. Your Dow still in no trade zone. Like I said, slow day. You're going to have some support here at this little red line. So I won't be surprised if we get a little bounce there. But 14,325.75 is your first target to take 2 off. And then you'll be in good shape just trailing 1. All right, so your NQ, I did come down, filled the 2 contracts at the first target there. So you're in good shape. Just be trailing with the 1. Right now the Russell has gone short. So you see, you really need to take a look at that alpha bias, get in the Discord server, have that information, to use as a guide when you see, a mixed picture like that in a market. Maybe you can eliminate at least one side of the trade, or a day like today you might eliminate altogether. Because of what we've been seeing the last couple of days is this kind of same action. We've just been trading in a range. If you look at the ES, right, this was yesterday. Now yesterday it triggered to the long side, and you would have been long all day. And then if you closed your position out, let's see, where's the yeah, so this would be, around the close yesterday. You would have had a little profit in there, but the point being is, market didn't really go anywhere, and that's kind of the way it's been. So here's the prior day here. Look, all right. So that you have to set your expectations when you come in. Based on what you've seen. Now, we've had these kind of small range days. Or what we should expect, though, is at some point there's going to be some catalyst, and we're going to break out of, those small ranges, and we're going to get a move, and it'll be a nice, trend type day, which will make up for the losses on, days like today if you participated.